Ladies and gentlemen, after more than 2 years of fighting for this day, thanks to your ongoing support at avilegalfund.com, I can say we finally did it. Victoria Police have been forced to issue an official grovelling apology for unlawfully arresting me on several occasions whilst I was reporting for Rebel News. Now, in this video, I'll go through their apology and why it's a more significant win than you may think. In fact, watch it to the end, then share it, because this is a game changer for my work on the streets of Melbourne. Now, before we get into the police apology and what it means from here on in, I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you who have donated to avilegalfund.com. This win, the win a couple of weeks ago, every win moving forward are only possible with your help. Because if you recall, I initially filed this case in September 2020 following 2 arrests that year. And even after filing in the Supreme Court, police were still brazen enough to unlawfully arrest me again, meaning we had to rework our whole claim to include the final incident. None of this process was cheap. So without your help at avilegalfund.com, I couldn't have done it. Nothing would have changed. And without your continued support, there is no way I could continue to fight on. So thank you. Now, from day one of this lawsuit, all I wanted was police to admit their guilt. I was never after a payout, and I've consistently demanded an apology.
So can I just get that apology on camera?
Well, all I'm saying is...
Can I get that apology? Because what you just did to me and
you a direction.
And can you say sorry? Say one word. Say sorry.
I've given you the...
Say sorry.
The legal department.
Say sorry. It's one word. You were wrong. I was wrong.
Thank you. You can wear your mask.
Say sorry.
You can
say sorry.
Without wearing a mask.
There you go. They'll never admit. That's why we're in the Supreme Court. Standwithavi.com. That's why we're suing them. Because they keep playing this power trip on civilians that can't stand up for themselves. But I, with your help, can stand up with myself against this abuse of power.
All I ever wanted was a simple sorry, so it wouldn't happen again, which they refused every single time until now. Victoria Police have finally put out the following apology. On January 26, 2020, at about 1:10 p.m, Mr. Yemini was arrested by members of Victoria Police while conducting numerous video interviews with pay the rent protesters and other members of the public gathered in Melbourne CBD. Mr. Yemini was detained and escorted from the area. At the time, they said it was for my own safety.
I need you to keep walking.
I'm good.
I know you are.
If they're getting violent,
Wait, for your safety.
Yeah, that's all right. But I'm not going to. I'm all right. I'm giving you safe. So I'm being arrested for my own safety. So am I being charged? Am I being charged here now?
On September 5th, 2020, at about 12:40 p.m, Mr. Yemini was arrested by members of Victoria Police whilst conducting numerous video interviews and recording events at the Lockout Law rally at Albert Park. Mr. Yemini was detained for a short period of time after his arrest. You remember they took me down to the ground and held me there, telling me I had to go home.
It was quite peaceful until...
Like here is not here for any purpose of reason. He's under arrest. But this guy here is going to be placed under arrest right now. Well, I'm under arrest.
I am media. I'm media. I've got my permit in my pocket. My permit is in my pocket.
Now what's going to happen now? You're getting released with inquiries pending.
So I'm getting released pending inquiry?
Yep. And then, but I'm going to give you a direction to move on, all right? So you're not allowed in the Albert Park precinct for the next 24 hours.
Excuse me, police media unit, excuse me.
Do you understand that?
No, 1 second. Police media unit. I'm getting a direction as a journalist to move on from an event of public interest. Is that okay? Are you okay as the police media unit with this direction?
Can I jump in?
Listen to the police.
So are you okay with that?
On January 26, 2021, Mr. Yemini was detained by members of Victoria Police whilst conducting video interviews and recording events with protesters and other members of the public gathered in the Melbourne CBD. Mr. Yemini was detained and driven to Caulfield. Remember, I didn't live anywhere near Caulfield. The only thing to do with Caulfield is, I guess, it's a Jewish neighbourhood. A little bit embarrassing.
Hey, mate.
So what is it? Am I being charged?
Not that I know of, no.
So
Registered transport, mate.
so I'm just.
Now, these are the most important points, 4 and 5. On each occasion, Mr. Yemini was wrongfully arrested and detained by members of Victoria Police whilst reporting for Rebel News. Victoria Police sincerely apologises for the hurt and embarrassment suffered by Mr. Yemini on January 26, 2020, September 5th, 2020, and 26th of January 2021 as a consequence of the arrest and subsequent detention. Like I said, this was never about money. My objective from the start was to ensure that I could do my job like any other reporter, even if people are threatening me or they don't like what I'm saying. The police don't arrest me for my own safety or to stop me from showing the world what they're doing in the name of health. You know, the real news mainstream media journalists refuse to air. I certainly never wanted to waste taxpayer dollars on a fight merely to line my pockets. So I'm stoked we finally settled this case and I can get back to doing what I do best. And for some like this hero who have figured out how to get police to drag me away from reporting their anti-fascist action, well, your tactics are now officially dead.
We worked with spotters to find him pretty early on. We all surrounded him. That's what they always do with Harvey, just to clarify. They put him in a van and they take him off a few blocks away, and then they let him out and they tell him to bugger off, or if he comes back, they'll charge him with breaching the peace. Harvey knows the drill. It always happens to him.
Awkward. Sorry to break up your little party, mate. It's never going to happen again. And next time you and your little spotters come trying to intimidate me, expect police to do their actual jobs and take down those who are getting violent, the criminals, not the victim. Because this apology is more valuable than any payout. It's a guarantee from police to stop taking the easy road, as they finally admit it's been unlawful. So from now on, I'm looking forward to Victoria's finest upholding my right to report the other side of the story on the streets of Melbourne, no matter who that triggers. If you're as happy as I am about this outcome and what the future holds for my work here in Melbourne, Australia, make sure to let the world know by liking, commenting, and most importantly, sharing this news with everyone you know. And then, if you're willing and you're able, please consider donating what you can at avilegalfund.com to ensure many more wins to come. avilegalfund.com. I couldn't get here without your generosity.